Hello, welcome to Global Voices Podcast. I'm your host, Mingju. Today we're welcoming May to be our guest. May, could you introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, I'm May. I'm currently a sophomore from Honduras and I'm really excited to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
That's awesome. And are you a freshman, sophomore, or
I'm currently in my second year, which is like sophomore in American terms. So,
what's your major though? What are you studying?
I'm a business major. My major is business management, and the reason why I chose business is because I like the money. So that's one of the main reasons why I chose business.
We all like money.
Don't we? Yes.
So, like looking back, what
Mm.
was your first impression of your new environment here? Is it like live up or defy your expectations?
So I came here last year, fall 2023, and my expectations were like, oh, American college is like gonna be wild and it's gonna be a lot of like new challenges as someone that grew up in completely different culture. And I thought I was gonna be by myself most of the time, and I was so scared to come here at first. But once I came to UCN campus, I was welcomed by a great community, which is ISO. And ISO is the International Study Organization. They have been one of the amazing organizations in campus. I just love them so much, and they helped me through a lot. And overall, it was my expectation changed a lot since I came here. Not gonna lie, I expected a lot of handsome people, handsome men, and get a boyfriend and get the American experience, but um, did not turn out the way I thought. But overall, it was a good start, or a good, how can I explain it? People were more welcoming than I thought it
I
would.
see.
Yeah.
So like before, when you were back home,
Yeah.
where did you learn about all the crazy cultures from like TV shows or from other
Yeah,
friends,
I grew up like watching a lot of American movies,
such
and you know
as,
it. So I think there's a one that it's called Snow White something. I just recently saw it, and I was like, wow, college is not like they put it on the movies. It's like it seems like there's so much like drama going on and like crazy stuff between like students. It's not like that. Everybody's just like, okay, I gotta get me my diploma. That's it. So that kind of lowered expectation. And but over also like the excitement to be in a new environment was always there for me. I can say that during my first semester, I was excited about everything, like going to the union to grab Starbucks. It's like, oh,
I'm
I have
still
a
excited.
Starbucks, so
I'm
excited.
still excited about
Doing
that.
homework at the library, wow. But now it's like, again, homework.
I see.
Yeah.
Like the TV shows are just sometimes crazy. When I was
Mm.
watching like Narco and then Breaking Bad,
Oh,
I
yeah.
felt like Mexico or even the whole South America is just crazy, but
Oh,
actually it's not that way. Like
yeah.
it's
In
when
American movies, like South America, it's portrayed like really crazy, really just, illegal stuff. But actually, we're not that crazy, I would say. We're crazy in a mother level, not as the movies. Yeah.
I feel like most people I have met from South America, they are just very enthusiastic, very friendly,
Yeah,
very
yeah.
open-minded, and then that's how its experience is different from what's on
Yeah,
TV.
definitely.
So back to your freshman experience, what do you think has has impressed you,
um,
like different from your expectations?
Something that impresses, like, Let me think. That's a really good question.
Or is there any fun stuff? Have you done like I know you're in
ISO,
ISO,
yeah.
and is there any trips or conference you've ever
Oh,
been to?
something that I was like first impressed is how independent, like as a college student and American culture is like that you have to be independent, that you have to do things by yourself and learn how to be by yourself. Because I grew up in a community where we really close and we help each other all the time and you're never alone. But being here, it's kind of tough to come from a culture where you always like in group and then suddenly you're by yourself. And that was impressive to me. Like people are dining, they are used to eat by themselves. But when I come from, that's not usual. Like you have to sit with a group of people. So
I
that's
totally
something shocking.
understand. Like when I
Yeah,
was in high school, I even go to bathroom with girlfriends, eat with girlfriends. Like
exactly.
I can't even eat alone.
And now he's like, oh, by myself, eating a burger at the dining hall. Yeah.
And also, do
Mm.
you feel like you have grown up in a way that is not only academically, but also in your life, like taking care of yourself?
I feel like me from a year ago is completely different from me now
How
because
come?
I was really excited about like anything, like the little things, and I was sort of naive. Like I was like, oh, what is this? And I wanted to know more, wanted to talk with people all the time and get any knowledge that I could. Now I'm more settled. I'm more like, oh, I've done this, so I'm not that excited to do it again. And I in my during my freshman year, I was hanging with a lot of like friends group. Now I feel like I've just settled into one friend group and I stick with them all the time.
Do you
Yeah.
think that's like better or
I don't think so. I think both are good because, like I said again, I came by myself. I had
Mhm.
nobody, and that helped me like grow socially, like speaking with other people that I don't know. And but also certainly with one group, friend group is has been helpful because I think I build more connection with them. So I
Mhm.
think there's both good sides. Yeah.
Mhm. Are your like friend group, are they coming from the close area as you, or are they from
Um,
another corner of the world?
I'm not, I well, thanks for thanks for ISO. I've got the opportunity to meet wonderful people from around the world. So I have free Airbnb around the world whenever I need to go to London. I have someone there waiting for me. So uh, most of my friends are international students, and I have some domestic student American friends. So, but they're from Kansas City or not that near here.
Hmm.
So,
I see.
yeah.
So talking about like freshman
Mm.
challenges,
Yep.
have you ever make any mistake or have you ever thought about something that you could do better, like something you could have changed?
Change. During my freshman year, I loved it, and I think sometimes I made it as my personality because it was such an amazing experience for me. But something that I would like to like do better in the future is to be more like talk with more people. Like
Hmm.
I mentioned, like I talk with people, but I just say hi to them and like, oh, how you doing? Okay, bye. But actually, like, how you doing? Like, what's your interest?
Hmm.
What do you do for fun? And like, stay around a bit with them more. Cause now when I look back, it's like, oh, I didn't like made a connection, a real connection with that
Hmm.
person. Yeah.
That's crazy because like saying hi to people is already a big step for me.
It
It's
is.
hard for me to like have very deep conversation with people, and then
Exactly.
yeah, I feel like it's more. I think it's American culture just like to
Just
say
say
hi to
hi.
people. Because like in many other places, for example, back in China, if
Yeah.
I smile to a stranger or like hi to people, they would
They were
think
like,
I'm crazy.
who are you?
like
I know.
like I'm a scam or something. Like, why are
Oh.
you smiling? Why are you
So
being
you're
nice?
gonna be shocked in like Latino culture, cause like we don't just say hi, we take like kiss you in the cheek, we hug you, and we're like, how you doing? And like, yeah, it's really physical touch culture. So I'm interested. You should go to South America.
Yeah. When I was in Mexico, I was
Yeah,
traveling there. I was walking in the neighborhood,
yeah.
and then a family they're doing like barbecue party. I just walked by, and then they invited me in, but it's
Nice.
not in their house, just in their yard. I'm like, no,
Oh,
thank you. I was afraid, and
yeah.
then they just like give me food. I'm like, no, thank you, and then they let me pet their dog. They are like
Oh,
very
that's
nice
sweet.
people. It's like crazy to me.
Yeah.
And let me see. Are there any challenges you ever face in your academic classes, or do you ever struggle with time management or balancing schoolwork with your social life? Because it sounds like you are in a lot of student orgs and then a lot of
Yeah.
events. Like this semester, you guys have the KC trip, did the food show, did the homecoming parade, and
Wow.
then you're having like the formal
Farewell.
thing, yeah,
Yeah.
coming up. How do you balance it?
So it is tough, not gonna lie. I'm currently VP of Public Relations for ISO, and I'm in the VP of Pledge Education for DSP.
Mhm.
And besides that, I am a college student, and I have friends that need my help sometimes. So it is tough,
Mhm.
but having like a good calendar has helped me a lot. Not see, academically speaking, sometimes it's tough because it's like middle of like November, and you're like, should I go to class or can I have like 5 more minutes of sleep? So sometimes you just gotta push yourself definitely to like,
Mhm.
okay, I gotta go to class, and just being in class is
Mhm.
just enough. You don't have to understand. You just gotta go.
It sounds like a challenge
It
just
is.
to
I'm
get
sometimes
up.
I go to class and like I don't know what is he's talking about. Like my professor, what are you saying? But at least I'm here. Like,
That's that's crazy hearing about it because like I don't have that many face-to-face class, and then my
oh,
classes I have the opposite problem. My class is in the late evening. It's like 6 to 8 or 5 to 7 something. So by the time I
oh,
get out, it's like dark. So I don't
yeah.
have the wake up problem, but every time I walk out of classroom, it's
Kind like,
dark. And then the daylight saving is crazy.
oh
Now it's
yeah,
like getting
and
dark at
it's
five
so
something.
depressing. It's like 5 o'clock, and it's like, why is it dark? It's we what?
Do you have like daylight saving time differences back at home?
So now that I think about it, uh, normally my back home it's like this, like they save like, so it gets starts like around 5 or 6 p.m. back home. So when I first came here, and the sun didn't go like down till like, I don't know, like 9 p.m., I was like, wow, we have so many time to like, so many sunlight. And I was so happy because you feel like you have more time to do stuff.
Hmm.
So whenever I go back home and it's like 5 p.m. and it's getting dark, I'm like, what? Why? So,
But have you ever thought about it at home? Did you think it was a problem, like getting dark early, or?
I hate it. I definitely hate it because it's like I get so much energy with
Hmm.
sunlight. My one of my best friends, she was like, you gotta take walks and get like vitamin D because it helps you with your happiness. So ever since she told me that, I'm like, okay, sun equals happiness. So
Oh my
like
God.
rainy days, I like them, but like if it's for a week long,
Hmm.
it's like no, I need sun. I need
Yeah.
sunlight.
Yeah. I'm glad that you're in Missouri, not in London.
Thank you. But Missouri weather is another like crazy stuff here. Like
Yeah, it
what?
changed so
It's
much.
so bipolar. Like I've never wow. Like one day it's really sunny, really hot, and next thing you know, it's like oh,
Yeah.
raining.
Maybe it's because like the mountains are 10 more hours away, so the wind, either warm or cold, the wind
Yeah, it's just really
blows.
everything together.
Yes, like this morning it was warm and now it's freezing. Last week we were wearing t-shirts and then 2 days
Then
later it's gonna
like
snow. It's gonna snow.
eventually, it's been a while. Like I was like, when? And it's almost Christmas, so it's perfect time.
Talking about Christmas, do you
Mm.
celebrate Christmas a lot, like in your family? Is that a tradition?
Christmas is my favorite holiday. I love Christmas. I wish it was Christmas every day.
Why is that?
And there's not like a specific reason. It's just like the vibe is so
Hmm.
cozy, and Christmas is such a big holiday back home. So my family like gathers together and we cook and we have a lot of delicious food. And it's just I just love that cozy, family friendly environment.
So what do you think Christmas is different back home and in America?
I've never spent Christmas in America, so I
Uh-huh.
don't quite know the big difference. But no, no, the movie had tell me like it's quite different because Christmas in America is more about it's like eating and go to sleep. That's it. And back home is like eating, eating more, and lastly eating. And then you drink, and then when it's midnight, you like stay up all night and
Mhm.
hug your family and say
Oh.
Merry Christmas. It's really, I don't know, it's really happy moment with your family, really like being thankful for having everything in your life. I
Mhm.
would say it's more like Thanksgiving here.
Okay,
Yeah.
I see. It's more like family
Yeah,
and then
being grateful for
yeah.
everything, being grateful for the food, like praying, because like in my country, it's more a Christian one. We believe there's more Christianity there, so it's a holiday where the Christianity community is gathered together and we are just grateful for everything and we pray before we eat. So yeah.
That's great. Last Christmas Eve, I
Mhm.
spent it with a friend and then
Yeah.
her family. They're from Mexico, her
Oh.
mom. And then like we our dinner was like 11 p.m., 12 a.m. It's late. And then she said Latinos and Latinas are always late. So
Yeah, they're always like if you say, "Oh, let's meet at 4 p.m.," we're gonna
Mhm.
show 1 hour later. Like so in your head you have to do math. It's called
Good to
Latin
know.
hour math. So whenever I say, "Oh, I'm gonna be there at 3," so it means I'm gonna be there by 5.
Do you think that's common? Like,
It is
okay.
such a like don't expect Latinos going time. No, don't.
Yeah, but don't tell your professor that.
No, if I tell my professor here in America, it's like, oh, late, F,
Oh
no
my God.
chance, sorry.
Yeah, so back to Christmas,
Yeah.
like last year,
Mm.
we give each other gifts. We open the
Oh,
gifts on Christmas
yeah.
Eve, not like an American movie, everybody open their gift
They
the
wake
next
up
morning.
and,
Yeah.
oh no, it's different. Yeah, you hear, cause like, we have Christmas Eve
Hmm.
and then we stay until Christmas Day,
Uh-huh.
So in America, I think it's like you sleep, you eat and you sleep and you wake up, open gift. In Latino culture, you celebrate the whole night
Oh
and you
my
stay up
gosh.
the whole
Even if when
thing.
you were young, like a baby, your
Oh
parents
my
let
God,
you
that's
stay up.
such an experience. Like you will be a baby and you will be in the room like taking a nap and you all can hear is like music and your uncles dancing and getting like laugh. It's just an experience. Like I love that.
I can imagine like Latino uncles with their beer
Yeah,
belly trying to
exactly.
dance.
Dancing and like, oh, come here, let's dance together. And it's just a fun
Mhm.
experience. You have to spend Christmas in Latin
Yeah,
America.
now I have a couch back in Honduras. I'm coming next
Yeah,
year.
exactly.
And what other things do you miss from back home besides Christmas? Like
Um,
food?
I do miss the food. Like, there's a, it's not a tradition, but I like to think it's a tradition.
Hmm.
So on a Sunday lunch, like noon brunch, when it's like, which, you use Celsius or Fahrenheit?
Yes,
So,
the whole world
use
use
Celsius.
Celsius in
Thank
addition.
you, because like this is exactly this is annoying. So in my head, do you? Oh, okay. So when it's like 30 Celsius or like
It's hot. It's like 100 degrees
100
in
degrees Fahrenheit,
Fahrenheit. Yeah.
yeah. So it's Sunday. Just imagine this, okay? When you close your eyes,
Okay, close my eyes.
it's a Sunday morning.
If you are listening to
It's
this podcast and
yeah,
driving,
yeah.
don't close
Please,
your eyes.
everybody, close your eyes. It's a Sunday morning. You wake up sweaty,
Mhm.
and you wake up with the smell of a hot soup, really hot soup,
What kind of soup?
a beef soup.
Okay, what do you put in it?
There's cabbage, carrots, beef,
Hmm.
and we eat it with rice. And
Oh.
oh, the best part, Coke.
Oh my God.
So you wake up sweating and you go to the kitchen and all you can see is a plate of soup, boiling soup.
Oh my God. Do you put onion and cilantro on in it,
Uh,
or is that more like Mexican way?
Normally in my household we don't do that.
Okay.
Yeah, but sounds good. Huh. I'll add it on my list. What's Chinese not tradition but tradition food?
It depends on the area. Like where I
Oh.
come from is dim sum. Have you heard
Oh
about it?
my god, make some dim sum for me, please.
And I don't know how to make it.
Oh.
I got a frozen
Oh.
one.
Oh.
But we eat it from morning
Oh.
breakfast and then until like brunch, and then my dad they even eat it for like late night snack,
Snack.
yeah, until like
So,
2 a.m. And then people from
mm,
the north they eat a lot of noodles, and then
mm-hmm.
they eat like lamb and beef a lot. But people
Wow.
from my city we eat chicken a lot, and then it
Mm.
really depends. And then people from my city they don't really eat spicy food, but people
Wow.
from like Sichuan they eat
Yeah,
a lot of spicy food. So it depends.
it depends on the
Yeah.
region. Have you ever eat chicken feet?
Yeah,
Is it
that is so good.
really
Chicken feet is
good?
so good. Like
But it's so good, I know, right? It's just like, oh my god,
yeah,
I'm
I don't
hungry.
even understand why people are scared of it. It's just the feet from a chicken. Are you scared about the chicken, or
Are you
like
scared of feet?
like like
What's the
people love
love?
chicken wings, but they don't. Yeah, they
Exactly.
don't eat
So,
chicken feet. It's just like different part of
oh.
the chicken. It's just the chicken.
So
Oh my
good,
god.
so good.
Yeah. So how do you think like countries when people talk about like South American
Yeah.
food, because there are so many Mexican restaurants in America, like everywhere, every
Yeah.
block.
Yeah.
But how do you think it's like Honduras food is different from Mexican, Colombian?
I
Do people
I
ask that question to you a
I
lot?
love that question because in my head, so at the beginning, like during my freshman year, I had
Hmm.
to explain that to a group of Asian. I clearly remember this. So I was like, how can I translate this in the Asian form? So So there's in my culture there's a dish called baleada
Mhm.
that it looks like a taco, but it's not a taco. And if you say that it's a taco, I'm gonna kill you. So sorry. But I was explaining that to a group of like Koreans, and they were like, "Oh, it's a taco," and I was like, "Nope, it's not a
So
taco.
what's the difference?
It's like saying kimbap
Uh-huh.
and sushi.
They're
That's not the
different.
same.
Yeah,
Exactly,
they're different.
exactly. They're
Different.
completely
They have
different.
rice, they have seaweed, but they're different.
Exactly. You have the same ingredients but
Yeah.
different forms. So, in that dish is like tortillas,
Hmm.
beans. Like sometimes you add like protein or you add avocado. You can add anything. Like I remember like growing with that and putting like chips in
Uh-huh.
it. Like, have you tried Doritos like
Hmm.
made with like sauce and everything?
Hmm.
So basically that.
Put lime,
All right,
put
everything.
hot
Yeah, you can do
sauce.
anything with it. Oh my god, that
I'm
sounds good.
hungry.
Me too.
Yeah, I've never put like avocado in taco. That's not
Yeah.
taco.
Have
Mexicans
you
would
know?
kill me if I
But
put
there's a
avocado.
avocado sauce, right?
Yes, but you don't put like
Put no,
avocado in
no.
taco.
Another thing, like a lot of Mexican food or like taco here
Uh-huh.
are not even close from like the real ones.
Oh.
Cause here is like, again, I understand it has the basic format.
Uh-huh.
It's tortilla, beef, and like a vegetable.
Uh-huh.
But there's a big difference where they here in America they use like flour tortilla and we normally use corn tortilla.
And then
So
they even have the hard shell.
yeah, yeah.
Never
Oh,
saw that.
oh, oh
Okay, do you like the hard shell?
no.
I'm guilty. I like the flour
The
one.
flour one.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty good. I grew up more eating flour tortillas than corn, so good.
I just knew that a couple years
Mm.
ago. Like, fajita is not even a Latino thing, it's American thing. Burrito is
Yeah,
American thing.
burritos,
Fajita is
fajitas.
American thing.
Even
That's
the way
crazy.
you pronounce fajita, it's so American. Fajita. Yeah.
So, what are some other things you miss about home?
I miss my family. I think this is a normal answer, but I
Hmm.
truly sometimes waking up like during the weekends and
Hmm.
had the opportunity to spend time with my dad
Hmm.
and just like talking to him like in a not virtually but like physically or
Hmm.
like going out to eat with them as well because going to eating outside in America it's so expensive
Right.
and back home is like oh wanna eat outside sure like it's not that expensive as America so I
Hmm.
miss that the
Hmm.
living costs. I miss the living costs in back home.
For real. Do you call him like almost every day?
I do not. I we text like every day,
Hmm.
and I'm like in the morning. Oh, good morning, Dad. How you doing? Or at night, but call him not so often.
I see.
Yeah,
But it's still like more convenient because like you're in the same time zone
yeah,
ish.
it is.
Yeah. Like sometimes my mom has something and then she forgot like
Mm.
our time here when she called me it's like 3 a.m.
3 a.m. in the
And then
morning.
yeah, if I forgot to mute my phone, I'm gonna be panic in my bed. And then one time I thought my
Yeah.
mom has like emergency. She was
Oh,
calling me like crazy. Like I have 20 unanswered
missing
call.
call.
Yeah, I'm like, and then I call her back. I'm like, what's going on? I'm sleeping. My mom's like, hey, we're outside and then we're eating dim sum and then we just
Oh,
missed you.
dim
I'm like, great, but I'm in bed. Oh my goodness, it's 3 a.m.
Eating dim sum at 3 a.m. sounds good. Honestly.
I know, now I'm down. Like, if I can eat something at 3
Yeah.
a.m., I'm okay. Um, let's see. So, how do you, for coming from, like, transiting from a
Mm.
freshman with a lot of challenge
Yeah.
to where you are now, being more comfortable, what would be your advice to your students?
To I'll give advice to any international freshmen or just freshmen in general that enjoy your life, make many friends as you can, be interactive in the community, find your people, and go to class even if you don't want to go to class.
We pay a lot of
Because yeah, you're
tuitions.
paying to be there, so just make your money worth. And just like try your best, like do your best at the beginning of a semester. Make sure like you get like 100 on all your homework. Like when you first starting, just do everything like your best, like 100% of your potential. Because the if you start good, if you have a good start, then you can relax when you're like almost finishing.
Be more
Yeah,
consistent.
be more consistent as well, and have a calendar. Google Calendar.
Google Calendar is
Yeah,
the
it's the
best.
best. And ChatGPT is a tool, so
And you mentioned like you
mm,
have made friends through like ISO,
yeah.
DSP.
DSP and ISO are my main source of friendship, like how I can build friendships.
So how what's your advice for people who wants to find like similar hobby or similar
Oh,
background
so a
friends?
little promotion for both of my organization, ISO. It's a great place to find people around the world. And if you're really interested in like in cultures and learn more about like everyone or like anything around the world,
What kind of
just
events do you
yeah,
guys have?
we host many events throughout the year. We have our first event. It's always welcoming party where you just get there, play some games, introduce yourself to new people. Then during the semester we host like sport nights, game nights, bonfire, and other like
Bonfire
fun
sounds
bonfire.
good.
Yeah,
S'mores.
s'mores, marshmallow.
Oh my goodness, that's cozy.
And during the fall, we host food show, which is one of our biggest events through this fall semester. And during the spring, we host a culture night show, which is just an event where you do like a tradition performance. Like, it could be anything in general, dancing, singing, or
Did you perform?
and not yet,
Okay.
but
Will you?
I will.
Okay.
So you're gonna see me. Are you? Are we?
Good question. Good question. We'll see.
Skip, skip.
I'm gonna bring my rice
Oh.
cooker up on the stage and then just teach people how to
How to make rice
make
101.
rice making
Yeah.
101. You have to wash the rice
What?
first. Don't use a
A
colander.
lot of people will go to that event, definitely. But in general, I liked that like ISO being part of ISO have like helped me to be more open because definitely not I came here with a lot of stereotypes about different cultures. Like I thought that um how do you call it? Some Asian community was really conservative and like they didn't like to hang out with other foreigners. But when I came here, I've met like a lot of people from Japan, China, Korea that they're like really friendly and they've been always like welcoming to me as well. Like I've met a lot of incredible people from Nigeria. That's one of my best friends is from there. She has like had me an insight about her culture, so gotta learn from that. Also, I had a stereotype for Spaniards that I thought they were like really mean or like French people. I was scared of Europeans when I first came. Sorry, but whenever like I got to introduce with them and have a talk conversation, I'm like, oh, they're really friendly. Like I like this. So your like your whole mindset or like stereotype change. Like once you get to know like the real. the reality of the cultures.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. Like, and I feel like too many TV shows and stuff just messed up with my
Yeah.
brain.
They
With
do this stuff, and you're like, oh, yeah. But in reality, it's totally opposite. Opposite.
yeah, when I was a kid, I thought American just like full of Superman flying everywhere, like Spider-Man between buildings.
Patterson.
Yeah, but that's not true.
No,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
And then actually, before I even come
Mm.
to Missouri, I thought every cities in
Mm.
America is like New York because that's
Oh.
how every TV show and movie is.
Yeah. So when you first came to Warrensburg and there's like barely Walmart, how do you feel about it?
Well, it was years ago, but when I was my very first day, I
Mm.
arrived in New York, and then when I got to MCI or KCI,
Mm.
and then it was like an hour ride from the airport to school,
Yeah.
and then all I can see was corn.
Cows,
Yeah,
corn.
I went to school in Kansas, so it's like flat as a pancake. So it's different from my expectation. I went to
Oh.
school in Topeka, Kansas,
Oh,
which
really?
is yeah, which is the capital of Kansas. So as far
Mm.
as I can understand, like
Yeah.
Guangzhou is the capital of Guangdong in China, and then it's like
Mm-hmm.
a big city, but the capital here is different from what capital means in China.
So,
But it was fun. Like
yeah.
it's different type of life. I like both.
Yeah.
So
So you are more a city girl or like countryside girl?
people change.
Yeah, people chill.
Now
Oh.
now my dream might be just like own a cabin in Montana or something.
Oh,
Like it's not
nice.
city anymore. So
Oh.
yeah. Okay, is there anything you would like to add or comment on?
Um, I think it's just I would like to thank you for inviting me. And if you're a freshman or if you're an international student that just arrived to America and you're like scared, first just enjoy it and experience
Hmm.
because life it's just the whole thing is to make mistakes throughout your way and learn from there from that and like don't ever like doubt about yourself and just keep going no matter how hard do you think the milestone it is.
Hmm.
Just keep going and try your best.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's already a bravery or I can say privilege to be able to see another culture
Exactly.
and then being able to study in another country. Yeah.
And it's like a learning experience. Like you go back home and you see your family or your friends and you say, "Oh yeah, I experienced that," and that's just amazing, truly.
Thank you for being our guest today
Yay.
at Global Voices. We'll see you next time.